Okay, time to crack some knuckles and make Buzzsaw Bobby a reality. And just like that, we have Buzzsaw Bobby, who looks surprisingly like Escanor from the Seven Deadly Sins.
My name is Lion Sin Escanor.
Alright, moving on. Let's get this picture taken. Let's go confident. Yeah. Get it. Okay, now one of the first things you want to do is, well, you can go ahead and grab this, that way you can actually see that you get the benefit. We'll go ahead and grab your Pip-Boy here. Now, let's go ahead and get our rested bonus. Wow, 30 seconds goes by quick. Okay, then following that, you want to get tuned up. This gives you AP regen, which makes your progression all the quicker because you can run more. And done. Okay, now I am going to run through the vault here, as you all are most likely veterans watching this. Grab all of the stuff along the way, and I will be back. Okay, as soon as you pick up the perk cards, it'll actually prompt you to go ahead and level up here. So, at this point, I am going to pick Strength, but go to select Action Boy for faster regeneration on that, because as part of this build I don't actually have any of these perk cards as part of the finished build, but Action Boy will help us get level faster. And I'll see you outside. Head down these stairs to get the machete. You could go get the pipe pistol on the other side, but really it's not that great early on just because you run out of ammo super quick. Okay, so from here, we are going to work our way down through collecting everything along the way that we can get to. Get to the Overseer's camp, grab all that, complete the quests that are at that location, craft up some armor and a bunch of throwing knives, and then head to Flatwood. We'll complete the quests in Flatwood, go to the Ag Building, complete the quest there, and then hopefully, by the end of this episode, we'll have taken over the food factory and set up our camp somewhere right around over here. So, let's get to it. Commie bastards. Time to die. Grabbing all the metal and things off of these because their scrap is very useful. 4 scrap steel makes throwing knife, so. Also, grabbing all of the flowers. You're going to be looting anything and everything you can get your hands on, because even if you're not going to use it, you can sell it. So, we're going to want to get some caps in our pocket early so that way we can jump to events and things as we need to. Okay, well this is one of the first structures you come across, and I've actually looted it already. So, already well on our way to grabbing a few things. You also want to harvest all of these wood piles that you find so you have plenty of construction material. You can actually turn this into your own camp. Okay, once you're at this cabin, you're going to want to loot all of the wood piles along here. Kill all the mutts that are going to be around here. Well, dogs, whatever you want to call them, mongrels. And grab everything. Also, power attacks work pretty good on these guys. You can usually power attack them once and then single swing to finish them off. Oh, this is more than usual. You'll be fine though. Bad puppies. I think we came across an event here. I'll have to see. Wish I had made some throwing knives now. I was going to scrap everything at the Overseer's camp. So, the main thing I'm going to say is try and dodge those big hits if you can, because they hurt. Sounds like there might be another. Oh, crash satellite. This is an event. Random event, that is. Ah, okay. Just a good variety of stuff. I don't think I've ever come across that on my way to the camp here yet. And we made it to the Overseer's camp. So here you will find the Overseer's cache, where it's going to have a good variety of some items for you to start out with. A little bit of meat, bed plan, and a bunch of other supplies here that you're going to want to make sure you loot. This is also your stash box. You can put things into there when you get done here. We're immediately going to go ahead and scrap pretty well everything I've already picked up. And we're going to do armor first, so that way we don't accidentally spend all of our steel, as I have been known to do. Alright, so light armor, let's just go ahead and balance it out and do the right arm. Only takes 2 steel to do that. And the rest of it's going to go to throwing knives, which is our bread and butter when we are a little character. So, go ahead and use up all your steel, and keep finding as much as you possibly can. Stop at this truck here and loot the stuff out of the back of it. We are heading to Flatwood now, which our quest is also going to tell us as soon as we listen to her holo camp.
Overseer's log.
So she says. And, oh, Flatwoods it is. Okay, there's going to be a group of mongrels here at this red truck. There's also some chickens about, but I'm not going to really waste my time with them. Also, I'm low health, so I don't want to get hit by these guys. So we're just going to throwing knife them. Should be another. And we leveled. Cool, that fixed it. I was going to sleep in the bed at the church if I had to, but problem solved. And unfortunately, we did lose a throwing knife there. Anyways, I'm going to do some looting, and I will talk to you guys again when we're at the church. Okay, well, I'm not at the church yet. I'm still looting, but I had to... I just had to comment. I figured I'd turn it on record this little bit. Looting's kind of boring, but... How did you get in here, girl? Did you just... I mean, the door was open. This town's been looted pretty hard, so I'm not finding a whole lot yet, but... This was entertaining, so... Anyways, I'll be back. Alright, we made it to the Responders Command Post, and we're gonna find the Overseer's log here, which we'll need to listen to.
Log, town of Flatwoods.
And we also need to learn all of these.
There's no one here.
Let's turn her off, and let's go ahead and learn all of the plans that we picked up. I did pick up a couple of plans from in town, but nothing too incredible. So we'll get all this learned. Also, the town had already been pretty hard looted, so unfortunately we're not doing as good as I typically would on a run similar to this. But again, once you get in here, you just go ahead and loot everything that you can. We've got our quest initialized. We'll go across the street and get that started. I'm going to go ahead and scrap everything that I've got here. Oh, they even got the typewriters.
Here, why not
You can do
grab
that
a
cheat right through here.
back or two?
While we're here, we'll go ahead and sell all of our consumables that will decay as well. Okay, so we come across here to the volunteers needed sign at this, what was a diner or a bar at some point. Get registered. There we go. Complete that quest. It's going to send us after McDermott, I believe her name is, and she is actually going to be over at the creek. I didn't go in here yet because I knew I'd already be coming this way, but all these frying pans... I don't think dinner plates turn into metal. I think they turn into something else. Need to double check on that. Yay! They left the throwing knives, whoever it was that was through here. Okay, so down by the river here you'll find her laying. And unlike in previous run-throughs, we're going to take her water testing kit, our money, and we're going to go ahead and collect the water as you're supposed to. And then head that away to get the other water sample. Okay, so it's right next to this little wood building here. There's a mole rat that pops out of the ground. Right on your feet. You squirmy little... There, okay. So, once you get him down, you're going to go ahead and press R to collect. Check in here, see if they looted all the fertilizer. No, they didn't. Not all of it anyways. Unfortunately, all the metal bits are gone. And we will go analyze these back in the church. And just in case you can't see the little glowing diamond above it, it does say analyze with an arrow pointed there on the board. I don't know that I ever paid attention to it, but here is where we go into, and we will analyze these water samples. Done, and our quest will progress. We're going to see about boiling the water now. And glug glug. Good, that's now been boiled. We're going to be back here cooking ribeye very shortly, so I'm not going to cook anything else just yet. We'll go check in at the kiosk. There is level 4, and now we're ready to go look for Delbert, the former priest who lives in this trailer. Oh, poor Delbert. Alright, gonna grab... There's a throwing knife in that book, by the way. I like to grab that. 4 steel. Alright. Okay, it says to get a piece of Brahmin meat. Sometimes there will be some on here, but it's already spoiled. So we're going to use our throwing knife to shorten up the chase on that. Oh, we got it back too. That's handy. Now we're ready to cook us a ribeye steak. And we're going to go ahead and cook everything that we've got in here just because we can. Good. Back to the kiosk to finish our responder training. And then we need to go back across to the church to check on the database. And this will give us our mission to head to Morgantown. But we're not going to head there yet. We just want to get the quest underway. Excellent. That'll update our quest. But instead of immediately heading up in that direction, up to Morgantown Airport, which we could use this event to be able to jump up there. That's why you want to get some caps early, because if we wanted to, we could jump up there for 17 caps. We have enough caps to do it, but we're not going to head up that way just yet, as I have an actual strategy in mind for this, so... We are instead going to head to the ag building here. Alright, once you're in here, all that you need to do is grab the Overseer's log, tell it to play. We'll go ahead and stop that since I'm sure all of us have heard it. Level 5. We will probably go ahead and clean up these Mr. Handies in here, just in case the Feed the People event does pop up to where we have to come down to this computer.
Automated warning to all responders. Mr. Farmhands are out of control.
Yep, it did go ahead and trigger the event, so we're going to go ahead and take care of that real quick.
Do not make any further escape.
I hate these things. They're just tough enough that they take too many freaking hits. Okay, the next supervisor's up here by the red rocket, which we were already at previously. Oh, darn thing. Oh, somebody has a camp set up. So I'm fairly sure that's a camp. These ghouls aren't too dangerous. We'll just whack these guys down. And move on to the next supervisor. And that's the third one. And now we run back to the ag building. Okay, so, what is it with the cows in this place? Is this guy... He's actually dead. How did you die up there? Rest in peace, brave soul. Okay, so I'm not going to get to be stingy with my throwing knives. I just died because of this massive group of Mr. Handies here, so... We will sort this quickly. Since you don't have any energy defense, these guys actually hurt a fair bit. Huh, okay, alright, now we will go... I said no! Now we'll go inside. Okay, so just like before, we have to go through here, down to the bottom, to that computer that I showed you. And hopefully all of the baddies are still dead, since we did go through the trouble of killing them the first time. And here we go. This, change that, remove targets. Problem solved. And you get a decent chunk of experience for that. Oh, and this champion, or whatever you'd call him, boss is in here as well. Sometimes the... Ooh. That tasted awful. Sometimes the... Mr. Handies will actually kill him before you can get him. So if you want him, you need to get to him quickly to try and kill him. Or kill the Mr. Handies off very quickly. Mugen wants to be part of the video if you can hear him. Okay, well, so I had to pause recording for a while, and when I came back, the event's going again, and there's all these Mr. Handies around, so please don't kill me. No! Dang it. Must get all my glorious stuff. Okay, so, before we become engaged again, we're gonna head to the west here, down towards the factory, which is where I would probably have you go, but I think we're going to set our camp up and probably call this an episode, and then episode 2 we'll talk about doing the workshop and some more stuff after that. And there is the Sunshine Meadows Industrial Farm, or as I call it, the food factory. If it gives us the quest to clear it out, we might go ahead and do that, just because that's quick enough to do on your way by. And it's mostly just level 1 weak ghouls, so nothing too scary. Alright, I'm going to clear this place out, and I'll be back. Okay, down to the last one. And there was a whole lot more of these guys than I seem to remember, so... Took a little bit more effort than I thought it would, but we should get our 20 caps reward for clearing it. One key thing that you want to do when you take one of these early on is realize that it unlocks a bunch of building options. So under defense, we'll now have access to all of these defense items. So that can be even helpful in just building a camp. So that's a good reason to snag one of these, even if you don't have any intention of hanging on to it, which, since we're on short on time, we're not going to. Okay, so the factory is right there, and the camp location we're going to is actually fairly popular, so I'm not sure if it's going to be available, but we're going to check and see if it is. Okay, sweet. It actually looks like it is not claimed, so we are going to see about doing that. And we might go ahead and take care of that defense real quick. And done. Right after you take a workshop, it will have one of these defense missions that pop up, so it's usually worthwhile sticking around to complete that. We'll see what items it decides to give us here. Bookcase, could have been worse. Anyways, back to our camp. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of camp setup, and I'll be right back. Okay, so it looks like it's a little bit of camp setup, but actually took me a while because I was out of gears. So we do have... I had to go find some. We do have our junk extractor up and operating. We do have a little bit of a fence around it to protect it, and have a limited selection of some stuff inside. I haven't put a bed down or anything yet. We haven't gotten quite that far. I'm trying to conserve steel as much as possible. But next episode...
Next time on Fallout 76. Hopefully this stuff happens.